Hey everyone, I'm Brad Nelson.
And I'm Todd Stevens.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. All right, well, we just concluded the SCG Invitational 1 of the season. It was a blast, probably. I mean,
oh yeah,
to us it hasn't happened yet, but I mean, I did win.
Yeah, you won the tournament.
Yes, it felt good.
I finished first in this for the season rankings, so
no,
that was great.
Brennan actually beat you. I'm sorry,
What?
man. I'm sorry. Well, he had a top 8 finish. It got him over. Yeah, I did beat him though.
Oh well, yeah. I didn't need that. I needed to be there too.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but
always next season.
But yeah, so we are looking forward now with Hour of Devastation Standard. This weekend is the pre-release around the world, but also the pre-release at the Star City Games Game Center, where we have the awesome playmat of Owl Devastation. So if you're in the area, you should stop by. I'm going to be playing there with my girlfriend. We always love to play Two at a Giant.
I'm definitely going to be there too. It's going to be my first pre-release here, so
awesome.
It'll be fun.
But yeah, Hour of Devastation at this current time is about half spoiled, a little bit less, and a lot of the cards are really difficult to evaluate. Now, there's a couple that we know are going to be like slotted into strategies like Abrade.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Abrade. Yeah.
Okay, Abrade.
Yeah.
And that card's going to be good against like Mardu or even against black-green Constrictor strategies where you're able to kill, like nothing really kills the Snake on turn 2, but also the Gear Hulk on turn 5.
Right.
And that's like a huge removal spell for the format.
Yeah, it's just so flexible. It's gonna help just basically any kind of red deck. I could definitely see Torrential Gear Hulk coming back too with just having that flexibility with just another instant.
Yeah, it's such a good card. But then there's a lot of tough cards to evaluate so far. The one that I'm going to be playing in Blue Red Emerge, I need to get the name. I know he's a champion. Champion of Wits is also another interesting one that I'm under the impression that's going to be very good. It's just a 2/1 that lets you draw 2, and then if you do discard, but later in the game, if the game goes real long, you can pay 7 mana to make a 4/4, and that'll let you actually net card advantage.
Yeah, it's kind of like Faithless Looting on a creature almost, right?
Yeah.
So like it's like the first part you just draw 2, discard 2, kind of like Faithless Looting. But then when you flash back Faithless Looting, you're not like spending the card to do it. And it's kind of like that with whenever you embalm your creature, you're not really spending anything to do it, but then you're just drawing more cards.
Yeah, and in this format, for the small window for 3 months before we get to the rotation, we have Elder Deep Fiend that likes an Emerge creature. We have a bunch of Delirium enablers, or Delirium cards like Ishkanah that's going to want this card to like set up Delirium really easily.
Right.
And then at the same time, like Prized Amalgam strategies, and that also play under Elder Deep Fiend, where you're just trying to get your, I don't even know what's the ability? These Stitchwing creatures. There's no shorthand way to explain them.
No.
But
yeah.
The creatures that like come back at the second main, the thing that my deck does,
the Amalgam Enablers.
Yeah, the Amalgam Enablers. Champion of Wits really helps that. So I'm trying it without Fevered Visions. I've got those in the sideboard, and that's the card that I'm most excited about in the format. So I'm glad that I get to test this against you for the first time in a week.
Yeah, and so over on my side, I do not want to be seeing those Fever Divisions at all. But I'm playing just a Grixis control deck. I just wanted to play Nicol Bolas, like we're going into Hour of Devastation. I just wanted to see like how great is Nicol Bolas. So we know with control decks just how good Torrential Gear Hulk is. It's an amazing card. And so I'm actually not playing Torrential Gear Hulk or like the instants or anything like that. We're trying a new Grixis control deck with focusing on Planeswalkers, focusing on Chandra, trying to add mana to get to Nicol Bolas, and then we still need our card draw, so I'm going to be playing some Painful Truths to just kind of fuel up, and lots of 1 and 2 mana interaction spells. Also some Tormenting Voices to clear out the interaction spells that don't necessarily work at that specific time and try to find the answers that I need.
I too am Tormenting Voicing, so we have this is like Todd Anderson's going to be so jealous because I never played Tormenting Voice, and now I'm playing 8 of them, and you're playing them too. But yeah, we're going to see what happens, and I want to see how good Champion of Wits feels when you're not able to play the 2-drop that enables your deck, or you have to wait till turn 3.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that, but you want to do some die rolling?
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right, 7-11. I think I won last time, didn't I?
Yep, I rolled a 7 right away.
That was so close.
Just roll a 7 again.
It was so close.
Are you sure it's not 7 wins?
No, 7 does not win. Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yeah, the first roll 7 wins, and that's what I'm doing. First roll 7
I guess that
wins.
is true.
Ooh,
Maybe we could implement the if you roll a 7 right away.
Yeah, the first roll. Oh,
And 11 does lose, or does 11 win? I don't
no,
know.
11 also. Same thing with the 7. It wins
okay.
first roll too.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep my hand.
And I'm assuming you're on the play.
I am. Oh yeah. With all these Cathartic Reunions and Tormenting Voices, I really want to get them under counter magic.
Well, yeah, my hand over here is just fine. We have our different colors of mana, so we're gonna keep.
All right. I'm going to Tormenting Voice, discarding a Scab, and draw 2, and your turn.
It's an interesting draw. I think we're. So I kind of want to keep this up. Not sure exactly what Brad's next play is going to be. That's the thing. We want to cast this next turn. So we have options here of keeping this up or just kind of going through our deck. Not exactly sure. If we go through our deck, we may not need to cast this next turn. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to Tormenting Voice, and I'm going to discard a Swamp.
Alrighty.
And draw 2. Go ahead.
All right. Well, since we've drawn a lot of randomly bad cards, we're just going to Cathartic Reunion and discard 2 lands.
Okay.
And hopefully it's something. And your turn.
Playing this now won't really help us out too much. Just have too many cards in our hand. We're going to go ahead and Transgress the Mind, because it's likely that Brad's working on something awesome over there. All right,
Not really.
Yeah, we got a bunch of nothing, really. So Champion of Wits. So Champion of the Wits could just help Brad turn on his deck. Like, it's just a good enabler, but I am scared of Elder Deep Fiend. I think by the time, we could probably find something for Elder Deep Fiend later. So let's go ahead and take Champion. So we got 2 Sanctums, 2 Mountains, and a Deep Fiend, and I'm going to be passing the turn.
All right, we need something good here. That was not it. All right. And go.
That was a very painful draw. I guess speaking of painful draws, I think we're just going to fire off our Painful Truths. Yeah. So we're going to go for 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. And we got lots of lands that come into play tap. Which one do we want? Oh, not that one. Let's do this Wandering Fumarole. And we'll pass turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8. So we'll have to discard.
All right.
We're going to discard the Spirebluff Canal. It's always going to come into play tapped.
All right. Well, I always feel like we have to do this. Even though we get no value out of it. Hooey. And just attack for 3 and say go. This is
right,
this
so
is not a
14.
strong first performance for this deck.
I'm going to draw my card. That's a pretty interesting one. Now, we don't have to worry about Deep Fiend. They can just use Sanctum to get more Deep Fiends.
That's not how this works.
If it wasn't for Deep Fiend, this draw that we just had would have been very nice. We are playing our Choked Estuary, going to reveal Sunken Hollow.
Okay.
I'm going to get that down while we can. I think we may just pass turn. Kind of unfortunate.
I don't think I just...
Yeah, we're going to pass turn.
I don't know. So if I activate, this will probably just die at end of turn somehow. Counter spell, removal spell, something. So I'm just going to untap, drop.
Yep.
And attack.
We're going to go ahead and abrade your creature. So now if Brad wants to Deep Fiend and tap all of our lands, we can at least untap and have our mana available.
It does not feel like a good play. All right, go.
All right, nothing else to do. We're going to untap, draw. Okay, Defiant costs 8. We got a Wandering Fumarole over there. So I don't really want to throw this down because of Fumarole. We want to... we're going to play our Sunken Hall, which is coming to play untapped. We're going to play Chandra. And we're definitely going up, obviously. And we're just going to exile top card. Essence Scattered. 2 to 18. Pass turn.
How do I win this game? Don't think drawing a lot of lands gets me there.
Interesting. How do I win this game now? Could exile top card. We could just add mana to cast this. Most likely doing this and just getting a couple more cards. Want to wait a turn before we play that. I don't think we need to. Let's just exile top card still. We'll see what we get. Another Chandra, not necessarily casting that, so 16. Gonna go ahead and Tormenting Voice and discard a Chandra.
Sure.
Draw 2. That's a pretty good draw. All right. We have 4 mana available. We're gonna play this and pass turn.
One more turn. I'm gonna try to figure out if I can win this game. One more. All right. Do you have a counterspell?
I do.
All right. Then I am dead. I've drawn all lands.
I only have a negate though.
Oh, you only have a negate?
Yep.
Can you have a way to kill a Defiant?
Yeah. I have lots of ways to kill a Defiant.
Okay, then I'm dead.
Okay.
I'm just like, give me any reason to scoop. After only drawing lands, just give me any reason.
Yeah, lots of ways to kill a Defiant. Just.
All right, so we're here for game 2, and the other way might be the issue. I might not have enough lands through this game, but we got to keep this one.
Yeah, I have just mixture of lands and spells. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for, but we got stuff, so let's do it. Go.
All right. So we're going to Cathartic Reunion, and it might be best just to discard these.
I see why I like being on the play now.
Oh yeah, being on the play is so important. I mean, the EDF might be worth getting rid of now, and we'll find one later. I'm not sold how important this card's going to be, but it could always be discarded later. This is a tough choice when I don't have, like, perfect cards. All right, I'm just going to get rid of these, and it's probably wrong. Whew, those were not good draws. Those were not good draws at all.
One card, right? That's a thick... Oh, that's probably why it's thick.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to play Foreboding Ruin showing Sunken Hollow. Just want to keep my 2 mana up just for different interaction spells here.
All right, I'll play a Hostile Desert. That's not that hostile right now.
Nah.
And I'm going to play a Champion of Wits.
It will resolve.
All right, I'll draw 2. And I think these are the most useless cards in my hand. All right, discard these 2. And your turn.
Okay, we're just going to keep the battlefield clear. Oh, that's a pretty good draw. Oh, the old... Do we want to tap out or not tap out conundrum?
Tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out.
I think with this card, we don't necessarily have to tap out. So even though we kind of want to with these, I'm going to pass turn.
All right. I'll pass the turn.
What's Brad going to be doing?
I'm just trying to
we'll just draw.
eternalize this.
I'll pass turn. 7 mana to eternalize.
All right, I'm going to discard this and trigger.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and negate the Tormenting Voice.
Yep, and I'll still deal you
for
the
3?
damage. Yep.
17.
And then Cathartic Reunion.
Okay.
And your turn. All right, so I'm just going to now separate from relevant cards to not relevant cards.
All right, we're going to Painful Truce for 3 here. We need land drops. Don't have it. So we're going to Painful Truce for 3, go to 14. 1, 2, 3, draw 3 lands. None of those are lands. All right, well, I guess we'll have to go to discard then, since we didn't have a land drop. That's unfortunate for us. My life's been better. I think we can. We're going to discard one of these two. I mean, in all honesty, we should probably be discarding this, but that's not why we're here.
Is it Nicol Bolas?
Yeah. 14 already.
14 already. You did half the work.
I know, and I could do a lot more.
I have not been doing my best at lowering that life total.
All right, we're gonna get rid of a Tormenting Voice.
All right. All right, we're gonna do what I came here to do, is hard cast 3 1s for 4. Your turn.
Oh, it's difficult to beat. Wish we would have had that last turn. It's just a land. Okay, so if we kill old Scobby, then you discard.
All hell breaks loose.
Yeah, you discard 2 cards, and then a bunch of other stuff happens. It's not the best. Wish we had just like a 0/4 flying wall. I don't really have anything great to do here. I'm going to just pass turn.
All right, untap, draw, attack.
I'm going to go ahead and braid it. We're going to risk it.
It's been braided. All right.
So we're going to get, just going to come back, and Amalgam's going to come back. Our deck's not really set up for threats that just keep coming back.
Your turn. No Magma Sprays?
I do have a couple Magma Sprays.
I mean, it doesn't work that well.
Yeah. 3 and that. I want to keep this up for some reason. Always painful. Let's go ahead and just Painful Truce again.
Ooh,
just gonna Painful Truce for 3, go to 11. Okay. We'll play a Choked Estuary, revealing a swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. I'll move to my end step. Would you like to do anything?
I'd like to stay in your main phase.
Okay.
And I'm going to trigger this, discarding 2 Amalgams.
Could have gone better. Yeah.
All right, so this end of turn.
Okay, so then we're still in the main phase, so that Scob comes in. I think we're just going to get rid of this Scob. I'm just going to play this out to Liliana. And since we're still in the main phase. Because this comes in my main phase, right? So we're still in it?
Yeah, and then I can just do it again.
Right.
Here at 11. This time, I will deal you 3.
Okay.
Put you at 8.
And then I'm dead.
And then, yeah.
Okay, we're here for sideboarding. Don't have a lot for this matchup, but we got these this new card from our Devastation, Crook of Condemnation. I guess that's what we'd say, Crook of Condemnation. So it's kind of like the new Relic of Progenitus. So we can use this to be able to help exile either specific cards in the graveyard, which is really nice. We get to target like the specific cards we want, or just the entire graveyard.
Why you always have to be having artifacts that ruin my day? Like,
well, you're always using your graveyard against me. Yeah. That's why. Besides that, we just have more generic, cheap answers that hit a bevy of things. Some more Magma Sprays to be able to exile those scabs that are annoying.
And also, it hits Champion of Wits, which I do feel like like eternalizing them will be a thing.
Oh yeah, definitely for how slow my deck is. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good point. We're just taking out some removal spells that just don't really help too much. Obnixilis is going to be kind of painful here. How we're losing a life, withdrawing, and just destroying a creature. As you can tell here, we're not really interested in just destroying creatures. We need to exile. That's what we're really focusing on. And then Painful Truths. I have 3 in the deck, taking out 2 here, leaving 1 in on the play. A card that I would be worried about in this matchup is, as you see here, Brad has 4 Fever Visions, and so already worried about taking a lot of damage. We're not a very fast deck. This could just really turn on Brad's strategy as well.
Yeah, and over here, we're just taking out our entire package of removal spells for the other creature matchups, and we have exactly enough cards to come in that are decent against control. I've seen all of the blue-red Emerge decks online playing Hazard in their sideboard, and I have no idea if it's good or not, but I knew I wanted to play with it today. I just wanted to try it out. And that's kind of the funny thing about this format right now is we're technically in a new standard format testing new cards, but because of the banning, we're also in a new format with the old cards.
Yeah, so everything's new.
We're learning so much about everything.
Back here for game 3, I'm on the play. We have some mana and some planeswalkers, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I've got a really bad hand, but I don't feel like I'm supposed to mulligan a lot in this matchup and just jam spells because all my Cathartic Greetings already are going to get countered, so I don't want to start from a low base of resources.
Makes sense. So I'm going to start with Evolving Wilds.
All right. Maybe I should put Evolving Wilds in this deck. Here we go.
I have in mind just, obviously, 3-color deck, you need some...
Well, it's because I have Hostile Deserts in my deck.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I have mine for Fatal Pushes. There we go. Got to kill those Thought-Knot Seers. Ooh, that's a new card. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's transfer
it's not good.
Okay. Fever Visions is going to be going. Can't
then
beat
we'll
that
just
card.
see the rest of the hand.
Yeah, and then...
Well, I'm going to draw Cathartic Reunion.
Okay, you're going to draw Cathartic Reunion. That's unfortunate for me. So, Stitch, EDF, Prize, and then Island, Canal, Desert. All right, go ahead.
All right, Fever Visions is gone. Ooh, Thoughtseize Bug.
That usually works for me. Oh, okay, that's fine.
All right, your turn. I just wanted to give you a quick scare.
We're going to go and play our Crook of Condemnation.
What?
And then have a land that comes into play tapped.
Oh, yes.
Just wanted to give you a scare.
You did. All right. Well, that's main phase. And we'll discard Prize and I guess Island. I guess that's just the best I can do. Your turn.
Hmm. 3, 4. I think the best we got still is Transgress the Mind.
2 Deep Fiends or a Scab.
We're going to take a Deep Fiend.
All right. Deep Fiend's gone.
And pass turn.
No third land or fourth land?
No, we did not draw a 4th land this game, unfortunately.
All right. Attack for 6.
I'll go to 14.
Huh. I just realized something. So if I play this, if you're just saying go, I feel like you just have to have a Magma Spray. Just with stuff.
Or I just don't have lands.
Well, I know you don't have lands, but there's a higher chance that you have other cards. Like, what are the extra cards? All right, I'll just throw it out there. Okay. Go. Magma Spray it. No?
Yeah, we'll Magma Spray it. Wish this was like Relic and we could just cycle this thing. Because we really need lands. Go.
attack.
Yeah. Go to 6. Or no, go to 8.
8, and your turn.
Okay. So now we can actually play our Chandra, but we're just dead to Deep Fiend. Yeah, we're dead to Deep Fiend. I just have Chandras. 2 Deep Fiends.
And a hostile desert.
All right, we're here for game 4. We actually have some lands, so we'll go and keep.
Yeah, I'm good over here too.
Leave the canal. Go.
All right, Wandering Febrile, go.
Estuary, revealing a swamp, and we're gonna go ahead and transgress.
So I'm guessing this. I mean, you could take that, I guess, but
It's definitely one of those 2. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have transgressed here. Oh well. May just take Amalgam. We can deal with Scab a lot easier with Magma Sprays. Amalgam's just really hard to deal with, and I'm not really under the impression that Amalgam will never show up, and it's just hard to deal with. So yeah, let's go ahead and get Amalgam.
All right, Amalgam down.
Good.
And since blue's more important than red now, and do we even want? Maybe we just discard this Fumarole, because if we don't draw land, we might want to play a 3-drop. Or, yeah. So I'm gonna Cathartic Reunion, discarding Scab and Fumarole.
Yeah.
2, 3, and your turn.
Estuary, I still have Swamp in my hand. I'll transgress again.
Oh no. Oh no, my baby Hazoret's gone.
Alright, Hazoret's gone. And pass turn.
Bunch of counters. Alright, since we have counter magic, I think I'm just going to just Tormenting Voice first, try to set up a good Cathartic Reunion, and pass the turn.
Alright, we could really hit a red source. Woo! Doing it. Chandra.
Oh no.
We'll just exile top card, do 2 to Brad. Shit 18.
Yep. Alright, we are doing it too.
Oh no.
Hazoret. Your turn.
Yeah, can't deal with that ever.
Let's see if this is. I think this is the actual battle of the storylines right now. Just Chandra showing up to fight Hazoret.
So you have to have 1 or less, or just 0?
1 or less.
Okay. This player swamp, exile our top card. Just do 2 to you, put you to 16, and that's all I got. Pass turn.
All right. Let's see if I can get down to no resources. I don't think I can.
Bring it.
I can get down to 2 cards. Yeah, Scab can discard. I guess I'm going to Cathartic this way. All right, Cathartic.
I know us negating this would mean that that's just going to turn on Hazoret, but I think I don't think we can stop the Hazoret too much. I'm going to go ahead and negate it. I don't want Brad to draw 3 cards.
I don't know what to do. Because I can negate back to reload. Alright, I can't give up the value. Negate.
You can give up the value.
Alright. Definitely can give up the value now. Go.
All right, top card. We need some help. We need a
Nicol Bolas.
Supreme Will. Look at the top 4 cards of the library.
You boarded out your oaths, right?
I did board out oaths.
Maybe that's
I was not thinking of Hazard whenever I was boarding.
Maybe we need to bring him back in.
I have Jace Unraveler Secrets. I can bounce that thing. Has haste. It's great. I think we can just tap like this. We just leave 1 red up. I think that's fine. All right, so look at the top 4 cards. None of these cards really do much. I think we're going to take this.
Okay.
We'll play that and exile your Scob.
Yep. Alrighty.
Go.
If I draw a untapped land, nope. But that actually, that gets me there and lets me set up, which is nice. I could just, with only 1 card in hand, I'll just play this.
Okay.
Scob and a Deep Fiend, and then I'll kill Chandra.
Okay.
Then your turn.
All right, this is where we draw our Nicol Bolas.
I don't even know what Nicol Bolas does, but can it kill a god?
No.
It can't. Nicol Bolas can't kill a god?
I mean, that's a pretty bad story, Phil. No, it just deals damage. Deals like 7 damage.
No
to anything.
way.
Yeah. Yep. I suppose you can just exile your Scob.
That is absurd. I haven't actually read Nicol Bolas yet. I should have.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's just not the kind of card that I read. But it can't kill a god?
No.
That's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, we may need to have our Oath of Liliana just in here.
All right, I'm going to...
Please play Fever Vision so I can get some more cards.
Do I discard?
You don't have anything else in your graveyard I need to, like, exile, right? You don't have, like, any more Scobs in here?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not getting you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm gonna...
Sure.
Okay, tap 4 lands, tap
Sure.
for 5.
All right.
Go.
All right, well. Exile that thing.
I got a lot of lands.
Go.
Champion of Wills.
Okay.
Attack for 10.
All right, I'll go to 5.
Your turn.
Let's just exile our graveyards.
Okay.
Why not? I feel like I'm doing something.
You've
Nicol
accomplished
Bolas and lands. Yay.
some- What does Nicol Bolas do?
Just deals 7 damage to like a creature or a player, so you can like kill
Exiles the
planeswalkers.
top. Oh, I guess you get my cards,
Yeah.
or you can exile 2 cards from my hand. That's insane.
It's a pretty big flavor field not to be able to kill gods.
Yeah.
All right, we're back for game 5. We're gonna try not to get 4-1 again. We're gonna try to get there. We're gonna
Winning the same game. No, you won game 1 this time. I won.
yeah. We're gonna be asking the help of a certain god pharaoh here. It's gonna be coming in the late game. Go ahead.
All right. Go.
Go. No transgress this time, fortunately.
Go. I don't believe you.
Well, Evolving Wilds, go.
All right. I will play a Champion of the Wits. Champion
All
of Wits.
Censor.
Censored.
Okay. We're running into the same problem as that other game where we didn't have lands. Hopefully
Oh
we can
no,
draw some
really?
lands. Yeah.
Wait, you're emptied right now?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna try to cut you to a land.
All right. All right, look for a land in there. Give me a good one. All right.
Haha.
All right, we can start playing our stuff. Chandra,
You got a Chandra.
2 to you.
2 at me. Okay.
So if we draw another land, we can go Nicol Bolas next turn.
All right. Cathartic Reunion, discarding 2 prized amalgams. 1, 2, 3.
That's busted.
And your turn. Well, they're not coming back, which kind of sucks.
Not get that land. All right. just have a bunch of reactive stuff, which is usually what you want with Chandra. It's good deck building. We're going to plus exile top card, just do 2 to you, do 16.
Yep.
And pass turn.
This is tough. Because we definitely need to kill this Chandra or interact with it in any way. But we don't really have the tools to do so. Alright, I guess we just need... Alright, I'm going to play up Fever Visions.
Okay, so that Fever Visions is definitely going to pressure our Chandra. Don't want that happening, so we're going to go ahead and negate the...
I will
Fever
negate
Visions.
back.
Okay, and we will censor that.
Well, that's... Yeah, I can't go. I can't beat that.
All right, come on, land. Let's get a Snickle Bolus out
slam
here.
it.
Bam.
Ah.
Well, that's close. Assume we're just casting this. Yeah, we'll just cast that.
Probably
All right.
take this.
Oh, yeah, taking... Well, let's see. Champion. We actually have our card that can deal with Hazoret. But...
Oh, sure.
Champion lets him get farther in his deck. So if we take Champion, just plays Hazoret, plays a land.
And then if I don't have... I might not have a way to.
Yeah, if you get to attack, that's really bad for us. If you get to attack with Hazoret. So I think... Do we want to ultimate this Chandra next turn? Brad's at 16 now, but 14 presumably. It's definitely between Champion and Hazoret. Really, the worst thing that could happen is if Hazoret attacks next turn. Let's go ahead and take Champion. I'm going to have goodwill that that's not going to be able to attack next turn. All right. We'll exile our top card and do 2 damage and put you to 14 and pass turn.
I don't know how I win. Well, I do know how I win.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't think I can play around stuff, even though I'd hate getting got. Attack Chandra.
Sure.
Do I pump? All right, I have to pump.
Great.
Go.
The problem with ultimating Chandra is that we won't have mana to cast this Snickle Bolus. And that's what I came here to do today. But guess we'll still do it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get the emblem.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Tormenting Voice. Discard Prized Amalgam.
Resolve.
Scab.
Okay.
Go.
The problem with killing Scab is that you get all your cards back.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. So Brad's at 14. Killing Scab will put him to 9. If we can draw a land and activate Fumarole, it would put him to dead to 1 more spell. So that'd be really nice. I think we could just draw a card.
All right.
I don't want to draw a card. Yeah, we can just draw. Ugh. Could have had that Fumarole damage. That would have been quite nice. All right, we're gonna just cast our Oath of Liliana here. Do 5 to you, put you to 9, and say go.
Huh.
Got my own Gatewatch over here.
I'm so confident that you have an Essence Scatter. All right, I'm going to. I need to stop you. I pretty much need to put him on some kind of hand. I mean, I know there's Nicol Bolas
Yep.
from that, but that I shouldn't know. But
Yeah.
I think I need to try to find an Elder Deep Fiend. Because if he casts a spell this turn, I lose. I lose the game if he casts a spell this turn. So maybe I'm supposed to do nothing, but nothing seems wrong. If this gets countered, though, I don't even get to return my stuff. But this isn't a fast enough clock to win the game. Alright, whatever. And a Cathartic Reunion. Discard.
Okay, go ahead.
It might be relevant.
If I draw 2 lands in a row, I can play my 1 spell and then my Nicol Bolas for the Nicol Bolas to do the last 5 damage. That's what we're going for.
Go.
I'll land. We're gonna have to pass the turn. I guess I could have activated Fumarole and attacked.
You can do that if you want to.
I think keeping up our reactive stuff's good though.
All right. Well, I'm going to second main. And then move to end of turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait. I have to discard.
Right.
How do I win? I guess I have to do that and just... Yeah, that's the only way I can win. All right. Tech.
I'm gonna shoot down 1 amalgam.
And then 5 to me.
Yep, then 5 to you. Put you to 4.
Okay. And you go to 11.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to eternalize my Champion of Wits.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Okay.
And then, so this becomes a token of a 4/4, so I'm going to activate its ability to draw 4.
Okay.
And I discard 2. Go.
Go. Sparbelf Canal is basically the worst possible card we could draw. Basically the worst possible card.
All right, well, any spell that gets cast wins him the game. But we don't have lethal because of the Wandering Fumarole. And Wandering Fumarole can block here because this is only 10 damage and you're at 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have to... We get a... Unless you drew a counterspell... I do feel like I'm supposed to do this. All right, Cathartic Reunion.
I'll cast a negate.
No! Was it negating?
Yeah, like this was my hand like from before.
No, I could have won! I could have won because I had Hostile Desert for a blocker.
I knew I shouldn't have got that emblem. I should have gone with the mana. Got Nicol Bolas.
I could have
that
had
emblem
the
was
block.
a trap.
I could have had the blocker.
Yep. Emblem was a trap.
Ah, I could have won. Would I have drawn the Elder Deep Fiend? I would not have.
All right, next time, never go for Emblem, always go for Nicol Bolas.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, I hate when I just make the smallest razor thin decision wrong in the last turn, last possible turn. I had the blocker. I could have just been like, I hope you draw a tap land. You have a counter spell in that. What else could you have had? Well, you played a. It had to have been a counter. Yeah, that was just a bad play.
Yeah.
I was dead to everything else.
Well, see, I was regretting the whole time of getting the Chandra emblem. I was
Yeah.
thinking, same thing. It's so easy to get a Chandra emblem, but when I don't really have that many spells to cast, I was really scared of finishing the game. I could have just kept on doing 2 to you, wait till I get another land, play Nicol Bolas. That's 7 damage. Nicol Bolas deals. That's so much damage.
And like we were talking about, it's like you're trying to showcase Nicol Bolas today, but it's literally the only hindrance of you winning this game.
Right. That's the thing. Whenever I get the emblem, then I basically discard a card from my hand. Like Nicol Bolas does nothing the rest of the game.
I feel like this video is just the proof of the Grixis trap. It's like print a Grixis Planeswalker. Todd builds a deck that is probably worse than the other deck he would have built.
Yep.
Todd puts the Grixis Planeswalker in his deck, makes all of his strategies to put it into play, all worse than what he could have done. I mean, everyone that watches or reads my content knows that I just have a visceral reaction towards control decks. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
But these are the proof. This is just these hard games and stuff like that. And I'm sure Shaheen Sarani will watch this and yell at me about it because we go back and forth. But on my side, though, I really like Champion of Wits. It felt like a good card.
It just turns on. It's just another way to turn on your deck. Another discard outlet that also affects the board. That's what you want.
Yeah, it feels like it helps the density this deck needs. Like the building a 75 card version of Blue Red Emerge has always been a little difficult because the sideboard is a little wonky. It has 3 or 4 cards that don't really need to be there. You're just filling out your 15.
Yeah, it's hard when you only have access to 2 colors to fill out a perfect.
Also, when you have
sideboard.
such a linear strategy that you need so much of it to be focused, but this card just fits it perfectly. Over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be working on Delirium decks and maybe Team Merge and stuff of that nature with this card. It's definitely becoming my pet card from the set. It's my favorite cards thus far.
One card that I really liked from your sideboard was Hazoret, actually. Hazoret actually turned out to be really good. And
it looked
it's just
pretty
another
good.
Discard outlet also that it's really hard to deal with, being indestructible and everything. That card looked really good.
Yeah, no, I think this is just going to be a good deck. We haven't talked about this yet on the Versus series, but I wrote about it a little last week, which is the format started with Elder Deep Fiend being really good, but then other strategies overwhelmed it. You had Coco Humans, and then you had Emrakul decks, and then you had combo decks, and then you had Ulamog Marvel decks. And now that all that's been banned, we're just back to Elder Deep Fiend being good again.
Yeah,
it's the most powerful effect right now.
Yeah, whenever Elder Deep Fiend was spoiled, remember everybody's going crazy about it. It's this is the best thing we could possibly be doing, and then it turned out Emrakul was and everything. But yeah, all that's gone. I could definitely see Elder Deep Fiend making a huge comeback here, and we may have seen it at the Invitational this past weekend. We could have seen it there
I'm
too.
definitely confident that there were Elder Deep Fiend decks there.
Yeah.
Whether they play, they're seeing them in Teamer decks, Team Merge decks, and Blue Red Emerge decks. So
over on my side, we did not unfortunately get to have Nicol Bolas in play.
No, we did not.
But overall, I didn't think the deck was too bad. I'm kind of the same way. I'm not really a huge control player. That's not something I usually gravitate towards. But I actually liked the flexibility of a lot of the answers. Abrade just seemed amazing. That card was great. Supreme Will, we didn't really get to see it too much, but I'm pretty excited for how that card lines up also. I think there is just so many good answers these days, and it's probably you want to go.
They're getting better.
Yeah, they're definitely getting way better. And it's probably you want to go in the instant version with Glimmer, Harness Lightning, Torrential Gear Hulk, Pull from Tomorrow, quality cards that we know of, but there seems to be a lot of answers in this set. That's the thing about Hour of Devastation. It seems, okay, we want to just kill everything. That's what Nicol Bolas wants to do. And there's just so many answers being printed
and
right
they
now.
finally did that. They flooded a lot of hard, good sideboard cards too.
Right. That's one thing about Nicol Bolas is it has a real ceiling of how good it could be because of Liliana's defeat. Because you can just for 1 mana destroy a black planeswalker.
Yeah.
There's really a ceiling of how good Nicol Bolas can possibly be, because people can just put, if it's really good, people just put Liliana's defeats in their sideboard and just 1 mana, there's your 7 mana planeswalker just gone.
Yeah. But it is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can find some way to answer that later in the game.
Right.
If you're the control deck and they're bringing in answers to your 7-drop, you're gonna get to find your 7-drop or a second copy.
That's right.
But yeah, that's all we got today. And there's nothing on the SCG Tour this week. We're taking a break for the pre-release, so we can actually start playing with these Hour of Devastation cards and collecting them. But we still have a couple more Versus videos, and for the rest of the next 3 weeks, we're just going to be trying to figure out this standard format both ways. What has happened and what's going to happen. It is strange that we're so unsure of things with this the 8th set of a format.
But I love it. I think it was just I think the bannings have been great, and I think
maybe they did this all along on purpose. They went like we're gonna do a rotation, and they went back on the rotation, and then they banned a bunch of cards just so we like have no idea what's happening.
I mean, you
remember 3 years ago when we got to an 8th set, everything was solved. It was boring.
But now the 8th set Pro Tour is going to be just a lot of fun to be able to watch.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy to see what people show up with.
All right. Well, thanks everyone, and yeah, that's all I got. You want to do an outro?
All right. For Brad Nelson, I'm Todd Stevens. Thanks for watching the Verse series on StarCityGames.com.